the Kems. Imagination and toys. Using mindspace to create and using chaos to construct. That's basically what this talk is going to be about. If you like it, share it, listen to it, and be creative in yourself, in your temple. Schematics, the voice, the hoods, the spells, and tools. Let's say toys, toy stories. What is a childlike mind? When you're a child, you just be and observe mainly what you have in your area, in your auric field, in your donut mirror, as I already said. And when you then start to grow older, you basically get all kinds of programs which then start to fuck with your brain capacity. Because in the first place, you come from mind and you were constructing your whole area, your holy area around you already with your mind. We cannot even go as far and say that you were constructing this reality, this realm, in another realm, and you walk backwards through it. But you're not aware of that you were basically doing all these things already for yourself in another realm. You are writing them down. And this gets into magic and realizing symbols, realizing your subconscious mind, realizing the tools which are presented to you. And as kids, as children, as a childlike mind, you already see yourself as a giant. You are the giant because you put your hand into your area and you construct with it. That's what you do. So nobody tells you when you're a child, oh, don't do this, don't do that. But when it happens, what your parents were doing, because they've been programmed to something, they basically kill your creativity with it. Because if you would just see nature, and if you would see your area, you would start to figure out that this is you. You are seeing yourself in the mirror. That's what you were doing as a child. You were just walking around with open eyes and being aware of the chaos around you. See, but then when you start to grow older, you basically get informed by the place you were putting yourself as a soul into. And this is basically the whole problem with it, that you are not aware that you are the constructor, the creator, but even more the observer of your donut. And this is why this ego mind many beings are into. See, listen to my area. We have birds in here, children who are screaming, horns honking. And in the background there's somebody rambling. See, and being aware of all these things around you, that's basically when you start to tap into your psychedelic abilities, your psychic abilities. But that means that you are generator, operator, destroyer, because it all comes through the mind. And this is why these forms which we present in front of us are just densified mind objects. And this is why what you wish for, what you have in your mind space, is what's going to be mirrored out. But to hold basically your temple, your mind frame, in this holy, sacred place where you know that you observe, you construct through mind, through the self-nourishing aspect of going in and nourishing basically your brain through itself, through Shivamukapa, through milk and honey, and realizing then that you are basically here in the birthing womb of your higher consciousness. And this is when you start to tap into your finer abilities. When you feel your area, your aura. See, but these mind programs that we are presented with in the mirror, they are freaking ill. I mean, obviously, I see these things also as reflections of me. But they're like, I'm in this place, but I'm not from here. I'm definitely from a different realm. And I have a plan to do here to hopefully shake and wake you the fuck up. Because all these NASA programs that I see here, they are just, it's a hologram, it's an illusion, it's a Maya trick anyways. But what basically happens when you start to believe it, you don't believe your own system, you don't believe your own mind constructs, because belief systems are created through your own dark spot, through your source, through your own pupil, my people. And speaking from source is, and going basically into source, into the black tornado, into the black Taurus vortex field, then you get into your childlike mind space. This is when we can also build up maybe child's altars. You know, you basically you would build an altar with things you were doing as a child. So this is how you would tap into your childlike abilities when you start to naturally be psychedelic, because as a child, if you would just observe a child, how it's operating, it is completely, everything is a sensation for the brain. Everything is fantastic. Everything is phenomenal. You know, everything is a fantasy for the kid. Everything is imaginational. Everything is magical to the kid. You hear it? But then these programs start to hit, including the schooling programs. See, it's a schooling program, so it informs the skull of beings with non-magical abilities, non-chematic beings. Non-chematic beings go to school. See, chems would just observe. Chems would just chematic princes, chematic gods, chematic pharaohs, chematic queens and princesses and prices. They would be aware of their creational aspect through the mind. They would be aware of how to construct through spirit. See, and this is basically about alchemy. This is basically about knowing your own temple and then mirroring that out. And you know basically that, I mean, family is a great thing, you know. And seeing yourself as your donut, see through the illusion. see through the hologram, and then you literally grow because you see these subconscious mind programs in the reflection, and they are literally there because this is how you will understand what you are. You are your environment. You are the viruses in front of your mind. They're obviously an illusion anyways, I know that. But hey, until I mean, as long as I'm here to fulfill my mission, or to fulfill my aspect in here, I know how to see through the symbols, through the glasses, you know. Oh yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make another beautiful mirror here.
Is condensed down to one primordial form, and it's inside of us. And the melanin that's inside of us is the highest form in the universe. It is always the primal point. Even the Bible starts off with the atom or the seed. So that is the highest. It's not the other way around. It is the most primal point. It's called the Hadit point in thelemic information, also in Kamite knowledge. You got it on? You straight? It's called the Hadit point. So what we're going to do is we're going to get...
Kennst du schon Clark? Mit der Clark-App managst du deine Versicherungen schnell und einfach. Nur hier hast du alle deine Versicherungen immer im Blick. Wir finden die besten Tarife von über 160 Versicherern und du sparst bis zu 50%. Sichere dir mit dem Code YouTube30 einen 30 € Amazon-Gutschein.
Different variations of this particular thing. And to start off, we need to give you a history of the beginning. In the beginning, there was, in some scriptures, they say there was death in the Upanishads. In the Hebrew scriptures, they say in the beginning there was darkness or chaos. In Kemet, they call it the primordial waters of chaos or primordial waters of noon. Or in other ones, they call it Nut. The goddess Kali in India is a form of that melanin. The goddess Tiamat is supposed to be in Babylonia, which is Tiamat Isis, which would be in Kemet, Egypt. The story goes that Tiamat, the great mother, or Tiamayat, which means land of Mayat, Ti means land, the great mother, Tiamat, who existed in heaven before creation. And in heaven before creation, you had
Hey, let me illustrate something for you. I'll see there's my mind space, my ideas, my donut mirror. See, what about toys and chems creating through mind and having space basically in your mind and switching up things, you know, like how do you see the world? How do you observe it? See, what kind of glasses do you wear through this mirror? See, you think I'm a clown, I'm a fool. Let's see how do you see reality? What kind of toys do you use to play this game? What kind of filters do you have in front of your mirror? In front of your eyes? See, what are you filtering? Is there something to filter, or is it just that you may be are not aware of what's going on. It's just bizarre. It's completely bizarre here. And in the end, I know that these eyes are fooling me anyways, but we can have fun in here. We can enjoy it through alchemy.